So what would you do if a white kid came banging on your door, demanding for your daughter to come outside so that he can whip her with an actual whip?
Carissa Nash was home when this happened at her door. A neighborhood boy angrily knocking and lashing a whip at her door.
When I look on the doorbell camera, I can see, he actually has a whip.
Little boy, you better get your from off my porch beating on my door like this. I will call the police. You need to leave.
When Dad, Desira Nash, got home,
I'm here to have a conversation with you, sir. Your son? I'll show you the video.
He tries to show the neighbor what happened, but told him to get away.
That son came over here.
Please, no.
That son came over here with a fucking whip. Bring his ass over here again.
Please. You have a gun.
Come over here on my side and see what the
You have a...
fuck out of here. Bring your mother outside without the gun then.
Nash says the neighbor fired off a shot.
Oh my God.
His daughter was standing behind him in the doorway. She could have easily been hit by the bullet. My wife could have been hit. I could have been hit.
That neighbor was charged with deadly conduct because of reckless discharge of a firearm.
The threat didn't stop there. Our Nick Starling spoke with the family who wants the boys' parents to take responsibility.
Listen, I don't know what's in the water that got these folks acting crazy right now, but I tell you one thing, we are not our ancestors. Like Toby said, try Jesus, not us, because we throw hands. But seriously, what in the world would possess this boy to have the nerve to think that he could just roll up to their house with a slave whip as if that little black girl was his property or something? Oh yeah, I know. A kid who was raised with bigoted and prejudiced parents is exactly how this happens. See, a wise person once said, no one is born prejudiced, it's taught. And what do you know? As the footage shows, this kid's daddy is about as 10 times just as ignorant. Now, I don't know what time machine they jumped out of, but this is 2022, not the year 1822. We ain't putting up with those old, washed up Jim Crow antics. We don't play that around here. But shout out to this black family in Texas for responding to this boy's crazy father with poise, vigilance, and most importantly, black excellence. See, when the black dad came over to check this boy's parents, old Crocodile Dundee here tried to play games and play that classic victim role. See, that man was clearly trying to fake pretend like he feared for his life so that he could have an excuse to shoot that black father. And salute to this black family for keeping their composure in the face of pure ignorance. Because as they say, misery loves company. And old Cowboy Bebop here just wanted to agitate them further to try to make the black dad look like the bad guy in this situation. But this black king wasn't falling for it. And after this, according to CBS News, it's being reported that the father of the kid with the whip has now been arrested for actually firing his gun at them and endangering everybody in the neighborhood, including his own family. So by the looks of it, it ain't work out too good for old Indiana Jones here.
The neighbor has been identified, as you see here, as Brian Brunson. He's been charged with deadly conduct.
And see, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly how you don't fall for their traps. This is how you don't get bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok, or led astray. And let this brave family situation serve as a good lesson on how not to let these crazy people trick you out your position. But I want to know, what would you do if this happens to one of your loved ones? Let me know how you would handle this below. But in the meantime, be safe, be vigilant. And if you ever in a situation like this, well, it's your word against theirs, make sure you keep the footage rolling. Straight up.
Yeah. I know, nigga, I'm a young